Hey everybody, it's Chris with Killer Arcade Games, and I've got some news for you guys tonight. Something you may have already seen if you're following all the Facebook groups, but you may not have if you don't. So, some new cabinets have leaked from Arcade1Up, supposed new cabinets. Keep in mind, none of this is confirmed. It's all speculation right now, and it's been seen on a Canadian website store. I can't remember the name of the site, but I'll put it somewhere over here, and it'll be a link to it in the description so you can go check it out. Let me just get the smaller stuff out of the way. First of all, there's a Marvel vs. Capcom cocktail head-to-head cabinet that they're showing on the website for $749. Keep in mind, before I go any further, these are Canadian prices, so it sounds insane, and I know Arcade1Up prices have gotten crazy high all of a sudden, so we'll talk about that in another video or live stream down the line, but keep in mind these prices are Canadian, so you can do the math or the conversion on Google, whatever you want to do. The other cabinet that was shown again was Tron. Tron has not been talked about by Arcade1Up, at least as far as I know. I don't know why they haven't talked about it, but it's shown up in a couple places now, and it's on the website also. Check it out if you're interested in looking at it. You can't order any of this stuff yet, but it is showing up there. And now to the big one, the one that I think everyone's going to be most excited about, and the one I'm most excited about from them is Terminator 2. This is a super interesting looking cabinet. If it's real, I think they did a really good job with the art. There's a few reasons I do think it's real. You're probably seeing it over here right now on the screen. I'm going to point out a few reasons I believe this is a real cabinet. First of all, the original Terminator 2 had fixed position guns, or positional guns. I don't know what the wording is for them. Basically, you couldn't pick these guns up. You had to walk up and just move the gun around, almost like a joystick with more access to it. The guns also had force feedback, which was cool, and what I did notice is this website shows that these guns apparently do have force feedback included, which is really cool. But one of the reasons I think this is real is, if you notice, the guns actually sit lower than the monitor. And in the arcade, the real arcade, the guns sat right in front of the screen. You would stand there and you were kind of not really looking down the sights in any way. You're just moving the gun around. But I think since Arcade1Up has such a smaller screen that there's just no way they could have done that. You wouldn't be able to see around the guns. You'd probably be crowded in there with a friend. So I had noticed the guns sit below. I think the guns are more going to act like kind of like an elaborate joystick. So that makes a lot more sense to me than having them up higher. And I think if somebody was faking this picture or this cabinet, I think that they would just put them up higher and make it look grand. Another thing that makes me think it's real is the color of the guns. The original arcade guns were black. These are red and blue. The reason for that is the crosshairs on the screen are going to be red and blue. That's another touch that if I was making this cabinet as a fake, personally, I would have just made them black guns and tried to make them look a lot like the original. So I do believe this cabinet's real. I do believe the guns are going to be attached to the cabinet, can't pull them off. However, the wiring that's coming off of them is a little interesting. It pops off the back and goes into the deck. Now, they could have easily just kept all the wiring underneath maybe, but maybe there's a reason for it. Maybe the guns do come out. I don't believe they do. There's no white border giving us the idea that these are send-in guns. I think these are going to be more like joystick-style guns, or I cannot think of the actual word for these guns, but they have a bunch of potentiometers in them. Normally, the real machines do. I don't know what Arcade1Up's using, but they have potentiometers that detect where you're pointing the gun. They never had any kind of light gun technology in the original Terminator 2, and it just doesn't make sense to have it in this one. Unless they're going to try to put other games, but the cord doesn't even look long enough to get far enough away from the cabinet. I think these guns are going to be stuck to the cabinet, which makes perfect sense. So that's really all I know right now. Personally, I'd be more excited if this was a Revolution X cabinet, but I know I'm probably alone in that. I know not everyone loves Revolution X nearly as much as they love Terminator 2, but either way, I'm excited that they're doing this because it opens the possibilities for more cabinets like this to come down the line. The pricing is probably going to be about $699 American, because if you convert the $849 it shows Canadian, it comes out to about $676, and I bet they're just going to go with a full $699 plus tax. So guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this. Are you excited? I know the pricing is crazy. I mentioned it earlier. It's getting up there. We'll talk about it later. I don't really know how to address it in a video. I think it'd be best to do it in a live stream. So be sure you're subscribed for more Arcade1Up content, live streams, gameplay videos, mods, reviews. I just reviewed some new Arcade1Up marquees, so please subscribe for more. And click that bell notification to make sure you don't miss out on anything. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Who knows when Arcade1Up will ever confirm this exists? We don't even know anything about Killer Instinct, which is also on that website. Killer Instinct hasn't been talked about since they announced it, so I don't know what's going on over there. They must be busy. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next video.